Welcome to Life Fit with DVD. Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Today, I wanted to talk about a simple attitude shift or a simple way to think differently about your world, shifting your perspective into, one, bringing awareness to this, um, this dichotomy of different mindsets, and two, some ways to just be more aware of what you're thinking and your attitude towards specific things in your life. And this whole model is a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. So, what's a fixed mindset? If you haven't heard of it, can't conceptualize it, this is something where you believe that your talent in this world is a static thing. That your intelligence is static, your IQ, right, will always remain the same throughout your life. That you can learn things, but maybe your intelligence, the way you think about things, is always going to remain the same. So, what does this lead to, right? What does a static or fixed mindset lead to? Well, it means that you're going to shy away from unfamiliar things. It's probably going to be hard to make mistakes because, well, you're going to fear failure. You're going to not want to do anything new, or you're not going to have that curiosity to push you into things that you might not be good at. You might look foolish because you don't know how to do certain things. So you're just going to avoid challenges in your life, with this mindset because. Stepping into the uncertainty, I've talked about that quite a bit recently. Stepping into that uncertainty, trying something new, is going to feel threatening. And this is from a belief. This is from a mental model that you might have, and it might not be in all aspects of your life, but it might be in certain portions of your life, right? In certain domains. So, growing up, I came from a family that had this mindset to a degree. On certain things, you were either good or bad. Things were black and white. Just the way things were thought about were either that you had it, you had the talent, you had the skill, or you don't. And it wasn't that you couldn't improve, but there was an inherent sort of um, ability to what you had and what you were. There wasn't a view that the sky was the limit, or you can learn whatever you want, whenever you want, however you want, as much as you want. It was a very narrow view on how the world worked and who you were in it. And this was definitely detrimental to me. However, there was always that curiosity that I had, right? So this brings me into a growth mindset, right? Perspective shift or a belief shift, depending on how you want to phrase it or look at it. But a growth mindset is basically embracing the curiosity that you might have towards things, just trying to be curious, be aware of what is going on in certain situations. How can things improve, instead of viewing something as inherently good or bad? Viewing it as, can I learn this? Do I want to learn this? Is there a curiosity towards this thing? And believing that if you have a motivation, if you have an intrinsic desire to research or get better at this thing, that you can build that skill, you can build that talent, solely based on your motivation. So this isn't a mindset without challenges. This is a mindset of overcoming the challenges, seeing the challenges as exciting, as an opportunity, and if you are experiencing any sort of resistance, right, get feedback, right? Viewing feedback from your environment or from other people as a productive thing in a way that you can get better. So this is just a very high level way to kind of view a fixed versus growth mindset. But the whole thing about this is, why is this important, right? Now, if you're here, you might be looking to improve yourself, grow, so a growth mindset would be very conducive. But ultimately, we're looking to build our lives and make them better, right? Improve just a little bit each and every day in practical ways, so that we can be more life fit, right? So that we can take the things that we can imagine for ourselves and make them a reality, using our skills that we already have and building on them in ways that we grow our knowledge base. So in having this growth mindset, this will allow you to move into new domains that maybe you never really had thought of before, given the things that you're already interested in. Having a growth mindset can also build confidence in being able to overcome challenges in your life, right? If certain things happen, if one door shuts in your life where something doesn't work out for you, instead of just getting down and wallowing in your sorrow, right? There might be a time where that is an appropriate thing to process those emotions, those feelings, but then to rebuild and to be resilient, and to overcome whatever that challenge was. This will build confidence and it'll help you get to a place where anything that happens to you, you won't view as a serious detriment. It'll just be viewed as a challenge. This will also help you be able to iterate on your vision, iterate on your skills, see them objectively, take that feedback from your environment, from other people, from what you're receiving from the world, and take it and iterate on that skill set or the things that you want to do. Because ultimately, like I always talk about, we don't have to have a crystal clear vision, but the more we can make it crystal clear, the more and the faster usually we can head towards making that vision a reality. But ultimately, this is going to be a direction, because we might have a vision, we might have something we're heading towards, but we might get to that point and realize that there's a challenge there that we didn't anticipate, and maybe that doesn't feel right internally. Maybe we need to course correct a bit on how we view it, change our attitude towards it, or maybe change how just a slight change in the direction that our path and our vision of where we need to go and what we need to focus on. So this growth mindset will help to change our trajectory just ever so slightly, and ultimately, this will help you keep you humble as well, right? As much as we want to build confidence by pushing ourselves, we will ultimately find out that we will never know that everything that there is that we need to know. We will we will realize and find out that there's always going to be somebody that's better than us at things, and that might be frustrating, that might be hard to digest, but that is ultimately going to be the reality. What we're striving to do here is just to become the best version of ourselves. We're competing against ourselves in this life, right? Not competing against anybody else. We are just trying to be the best version of us. And ultimately, that's the best we can do. I mean, what else can we ask for, right? Um, you know, I know some people might want, to have that recognition, have those accolades. They are ultra competitive and, usually ultra aggressive. But these also aren't the people that are the most talented and the most well-rounded. Usually, people that are, you know, striving so hard for one thing in their life, um, neglect other areas of their life that are, you could argue, are more important. But ultimately, it comes down to you. It comes down to what is important to you, what your vision is, what you value, what your priorities are, and being clear about these things, being knowledgeable that if you are going to go down a certain path where you're trying to be that top person, you're probably going to sacrifice other areas of your life. Um, so ultimately, the best thing that we can do as individual people is be the best version of ourselves and find that niche that works for us. And ultimately, this is about living our purpose. This is about doing the things that are intrinsically aligned with us and that are going to be sustainable for our entire lives as long as we're here. And to me, that is my view. That is my view of the world, of what is that, of how we should live our lives, idealistically, but also realistically. And adopting this growth mindset, moving on from the fixed mindset in certain areas of our life, is going to be very important. And this is just so simple. It's just a simple mindset shift that and just perspective shift that we need to just be aware of, right? Keep it on your mind, test it out, right? Are the things that you're encountering in your life, are you viewing them as hardships, challenges, frustrations? See if you can reframe that. See if you can view these things as opportunities to grow, things to get curious about. Why did you fail at this thing? Why was it so frustrating? Like, maybe you can shift your mindset into viewing it of, well, what is it inside me that sees it that way? How can I get better? Is there something I'm neglecting here that I, really needs to be focused on or thought about a little bit differently? So these are just some ideas for you to take and see if they're interesting for you, of ways to develop that growth mindset. Let me know what you think about this. Have you had a fixed mindset in your past, and what was it fixed on? What was it hard for you to take criticism of and move on from? Did you avoid certain things in your life? Let me know, and let me know how you overcome it or overcame it. And if you need help overcoming these things, let me know. I'd be happy to help. But like and subscribe if you enjoyed this. And until next time, talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.